Guys, I do think Bitcoin and crypto sentiment is changing. We can look at a couple of market factors to actually really determine that. Where do we start? Look at the GBTC discount. It's narrowed to the lowest since May 2022. That is before the Terra Luna crash. The less confidence that people have in Bitcoin, the bigger the discount is going to be in that GBTC. The fact that it's continuously narrowing means people are gaining more and more traction. It means people are gaining more and more confidence in the market. So the GBTC discount narrowing to the lowest since May 2022, that's an indication that people are seeing that Bitcoin is ready to go up, that institutions are seeing that Bitcoin is ready to go up. More than that, Jay Clayton, former SEC director, actually says that Bitcoin ETF is hard to resist approving. That is a spot Bitcoin ETF, BlackRock, Fidelity, etc. So the former SEC director is saying that, hey, the one that sued Ripple, they're saying like, hey, Gary Gensler should let this one through, whether because BlackRock is the big part of the cabal or whether because there's just too much political pressure for Gary Gensler to take a Bitcoin ETF, or whether there's just because there's absolutely no reason for him to actually refuse an ETF. It doesn't really matter. It's hard to resist. Former SEC chair is saying that. And Gary Gensler should actually listen up. There's more and more crowding against Gensler. There's supposed to be a secret meeting this week. And we might actually have a Bitcoin ETF by next month. You can see all these former officials are piling in. They might have some inside information, and that's really, really good for Bitcoin. So that's another indicator that the public sentiment and as well as the governmental sentiment is about to change. More than that, Standard Chartered, a big bank, has made Bitcoin prediction of 120K, 25K by the end of 2024. So they're actually making optimistic projections, and they're not the only ones making extremely optimistic projections for Bitcoin. So most obviously, the sentiment of big banks is changing. And if big banks are changing, they're the ones that are supposed to control the SEC and all this stuff, if you believe it or not. And because their sentiment is changing, the SEC may not actually have a choice but to change its own view, because if it doesn't, it will run into these big banks, and the big banks may not be too happy that the SEC may be running against them. So the predictions are another shift in big sentiment. The other thing is Coinbase shares are up 50% since the SEC lawsuit. Now, you might expect Coinbase shares to tank after SEC has a lawsuit against them, but no. It does not seem like people care about the SEC lawsuits anymore, and the shares are up 50%. That means regardless of what the SEC does, they're losing their fear factor and people are buying into crypto companies anyways. That is a very, very bullish signal as well. So, those are my reasons that I'm very, very bullish. Let me know why you're bullish or why you're seeing it differently. But there's a lot of high signals coming in for crypto that institutions and investors are ready to turn the corner. So that's the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.